Now, the U.S.-Israeli war with Iran continues to intensify. This is the conflict entering its now second week.
We've learned another American soldier has been killed in the operation. And right now we do have team coverage for you. Maria Lizignoli is tracking the impacts here at home. But let's start with Jared Hill for the latest on Iran's decision for a new supreme leader. Jared.
Hey, Heather and Barrett. So President Trump told an Israeli outlet overnight, quote, "We'll see what happens," after that news that Iran picked the son of the fallen Ayatollah as their new supreme leader. This comes after President Trump over the weekend told reporters the U.S. needs a hand in that selection. Supporters of Iran's newly minted supreme leader celebrated on the streets of Tehran as a cloud of black smoke blanketed the capital city 10 days into the conflict with the U.S. and Israel. Iran's Assembly of Experts chose Mojtaba Khamenei to succeed his father, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, killed last month in the first wave of strikes. President Trump saying he is not happy with the choice, according to Fox News. Speaking to CBS News, advisor to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Michael Eisenberg, delivered a grim message.
The highest risk job right now is to be the new Ayatollah. That's a high-risk job. To be the head of the Iranian military, the IRGC, those are high-risk jobs. Don't take them.
They're going to be targeted.
Don't take those jobs. We're watching you.
8 days into the war, Israel launched new attacks on Tehran's critical oil infrastructure. Iran warning residents to take precautions against toxic smoke and acid rain. Iran retaliated, launching missiles at Israel and other U.S. allies in the region, including Bahrain. Iranian drones also targeted Dubai's airport this weekend and Kuwait's Social Security building.
We're not looking to settle. They'd like to settle. We're not looking to settle.
As President Trump says there's no end in sight without Iran's unconditional surrender, U.S. Central Command confirmed a 7th U.S. service member died from injuries sustained in an Iranian attack on troops stationed in Saudi Arabia. Sources tell CBS News the U.S. also may have been responsible for the bombing of a girls' school in Iran that killed more than 160 people, many of them children. Now, a big question is, how could all of this end? Last night, President Trump told the Israeli outlet that would be a, quote, mutual decision that he would make with Prime Minister Netanyahu. Friday, the White House press secretary said that the conflict is expected to last for 4 to 6 weeks. Back to you.
Jared Hill reporting for us this morning. Thank you. Now, as Jared mentioned, gas prices are on the rise. So here's a look at prices as of this morning. According to AAA, national average for gas $3.48. Now, here in Minnesota, we're at $3.25, but compare that to last week where it was $2.83 a gallon to fill up.
And now let's head over to the live desk. Maria Lizignoli joins us now. And Maria, how long do experts think this spike could last?
That's the million-dollar question. Experts say it depends on how long the violence continues. And part of the cause? A drop in traffic at the Strait of Hormuz. 20% of the world's oil supply goes through there. There's less traffic due to fears of escalating violence. But U.S. Energy Secretary Chris Wright says these rising gas prices are just a temporary pain and part of a longer-term solution.
It will not be long. In the worst case, this is weeks. This is not months. And it leads to a much better place. It leads to an Iran that's defanged, that can't threaten its neighbors, can't threaten American soldiers, and can't continue to drive up energy prices.
And experts say gas prices are on track to reach $4 per gallon.
See, Maria, thank you. Now, in addition to pain at the pump, those heading to the airport for spring break in the coming weeks, they might need to prepare as well.
Yeah, a partial government shutdown impacting the Department of Homeland Security is ongoing. The department oversees TSA. Workers received only a partial paycheck at the end of February and will miss their first full paycheck this Friday. Airports across the country reported long lines yesterday, citing shortages with TSA staffing. Video from New Orleans and Houston shows thousands of people having to wait hours to get through security checkpoints.
Now, let's give you a live look here at MSP, where things are quieter, but they're busy out there this morning. Some districts, Roseville, White Bear Lake, they start their spring breaks today. Just looking here online at Terminal 1, both the north and south terminals, less than 15 minutes there as a wait time. But Terminal 2, that's a 25-minute wait there at the first checkpoint. At the second one, though. That's the pre-check. That's less than 5 minutes, though. So, we're better off than the rest of the country here at MSP, but this is one of those weeks coming up that you're going to get there early. Again, the wait times you can find on the website here before you head out to the airport.
Right now, we're working to learn more after a man was taken into custody. This is in connection to a hit and run in Eagan over the weekend. It happened just before 2 a.m. Saturday at the intersection of Cliff Road and Nichols. Police say a 40-year-old woman who was walking outside was found unconscious and not breathing. She was taken to a hospital and later died. Police then found a car they believe is involved. They tell us it was parked at a nearby house, and the owner admitted to driving at the time of the crash.
This morning, we are still tracking the search for those involved in multiple shootings in Minneapolis. You may remember 3 separate shootings happened in the city. This was in the span of 20 minutes on Thursday night. So the first one was over on Taylor Street Northeast, a man sent to the hospital with potentially life-threatening injuries. But right now, no arrests have been made. Now, in the second shooting, that was about 2.5 miles away. It was over on West River Road North. 3 people have been arrested. Those are between the ages of 18 and 22. That victim's injuries were not life-threatening. And the third shooting, this was on Franklin Avenue East. This is where police say a woman was hit by a bullet while she was outside. No arrests have been made in that shooting. Investigators say that these 3 shootings do not appear to be related.
This 7 a.m., it still feels like a spring forecast in March. We could be all over the place.
It's just March.
Yeah.
It's just March, and we are going to fall on the cooler side, though, this weekend with probably some snow. So we'll have the accurate information for you.
The U.S.-Israeli war with Iran intensifies as the conflict enters its second week. Another American soldier has been killed in the operation. U.S. Central Command confirmed a 7th U.S. service member died from injuries sustained in an Iranian attack on troops stationed in Saudi Arabia. Israel launched new attacks on Tehran's critical oil infrastructure. Now, Iran retaliated, launching missiles at Israel and other U.S. allies in the region. Iran's Assembly of Experts chose Mojtaba Khamenei to succeed his father as supreme leader. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was killed in the first wave of strikes. President Trump says he is not happy with the choice. This is according to Fox News.
Over the weekend, a somber return for one Minnesotan. Master Sergeant Nicole Amore of White Bear Lake is back in the United States. The Minnesota wife and mother died in a drone strike in Kuwait last Sunday. Master Sergeant Amore is among 6 soldiers honored Saturday with a dignified transfer of their remains at Dover Air Force Base.
Now, flags statewide will continue to fly at half-staff until she is laid to rest. Amore is now a Master Sergeant. The White Bear Lake VFW says that she has been posthumously promoted. They've also installed a new memorial in her honor. Now, also in honor of Amore, a GoFundMe. This is to raise money for a greenhouse. Her husband says that she loved to garden. And so far, the page has raised more than $75,000. Organizers say they are working with the city of White Bear Lake to find a space for the memorial. They'll also be donating a portion of the money to the nonprofit Garden in a Box. They distribute more than 800 gardening kits each year to other nonprofits, nursing homes, and schools. We're also continuing to follow the economic impact of the war with Iran. Oil prices passed $100 a barrel. This is on Sunday because of the war.
On social media, President Trump brushed off the surge, saying prices will drop rapidly when the destruction of the Iran nuclear threat is over. The rise in oil prices means gas prices continue to rise. Here's a look at prices as of this morning. According to AAA, the national average for a gallon of gas is $3.48, up nearly 50 cents from a week ago. Here in Minnesota, we are up to $3.25 a gallon compared to that of last week when it was $2.83. Part of the cause, a drop in traffic at the Strait of Hormuz. 20% of the world's oil supply goes through there. There's less traffic due to fears of escalating violence. But U.S. Energy Secretary Chris White says these rising gas prices are just a temporary pain and part of a longer-term solution.
It will not be long. In the worst case, this is weeks. This is not months. And it leads to a much better place. It leads to an Iran that's defanged, that can't threaten its neighbors, can't threaten American soldiers, and can't continue to drive up energy prices.
Experts say gas prices are on track to reach $4 per gallon. March is Problem Gambling Awareness Month, and concerns are growing as we see the growth of sports betting and prediction markets.
So here to talk about these issues, Susan Sheridan-Tucker, Executive Director of the Minnesota Alliance on Problem Gambling. Susan, thanks so much for being here with us today.
Thanks for the invitation.
Yeah, before we get into the issue of how big of a problem gambling is, can you talk about the difference between gambling and problem gambling? Is it all the same?
Well, gambling is the act of gambling. Problem gambling is when somebody is not able to enjoy and do the activity in a responsible or safe way. So they start to go down a rabbit hole, essentially, and there are 9 signs of problem gambling. And the diagnostic manual calls out 9
what are some
criteria. So being preoccupied with gambling, spending more than you can afford to lose, asking people to borrow money from because you're not being able to pay your bills, chasing losses. I mean, that's the real distinction with problem gambling, and broken relationships. People become much more isolated.
Yeah. So how big of a problem is it?
So in Minnesota, we have 250,000 people who land on the spectrum. So they're meeting at least 1 criteria and maybe 9. And then we also have 9,000 high school students who have indicated that they are having problems with their gambling. Now, first of all, minors shouldn't be gambling. Now, some of them may be 18 that are taking the Minnesota Student Survey, but I would say most of them are well underage. But the access to gambling is so great these days because of our phone, access to the phone.
Yeah. You just do it in your hand. How do you reach people who, I mean, obviously they're too young to be doing that. How do you get them resources?
Well, it's a problem. Minnesota does not acknowledge problem gambling within its prevention programs. So we are left to kind of go through the back door. We've got campaigns where we're trying to notify high schools and middle schools. We do free presentations, but getting in front of the schools is a challenge.
Where are these young people being introduced? Do you have any idea?
Well, sometimes their families are introducing it very, very innocently. You know, you play penny poker with grandma or grandpa, people give lottery tickets at Christmas time. You know, and again, these games that kids are playing on their phones, many of them have gambling elements built into them, and parents are not aware of that.
Okay, so your theme for this month, Caring Communities, Stronger Futures. I'm wondering, for people who know somebody and love someone who has a gambling problem, how do they start these conversations?
Really, it's about, first of all, you want to be in a neutral setting, right? Where you're not, your emotions are pretty stable. You're not angry. You want to do it in a non-judgmental way. But to just ask questions, why are you gambling? Is this a fun activity? If it's not fun anymore, why are you continuing to do it? Are you gambling more money than you can afford to lose? And just to start those questions, and but also being supportive of the person, because we don't want people to feel like there's a stigma attached to it. The more that we can talk about, just like any kind of prevention, we talk to kids about drinking and smoking. It's got to be the same thing with gambling.
All right. Well, Susan, thank you so much for being with us here today. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
And you can go to the Minnesota Alliance on Problem Gambling for more information on getting help. We're going to include a link when we post this segment at WCCO.com. 12th Annual Zoom's STEM Design Challenge just wrapped up. More than 5,200 Minnesota students using their STEM skills to create real-world solutions to enhance the home of the Minnesota Zoo's 5 California sea lions. Joining us now, we have Christy Berg with the Minnesota Zoo, the STEM specialist there, but we also have students Elin, Hannah, and Hazel here from Avail Academy. First of all, Way to go, you
Yes.
three. Yes. Chris, before we talk to these gals, Christy, tell us a little bit about Zooms.
Yeah, so the Zooms Design Challenge is presented by Flint Hills Resources. Basically what we do is we present a real challenge that our staff faces at the zoo, which is designing high quality habitats for our animals, like our sea lions, and designing enrichment as well. And we use STEM skills on a daily basis. So we're basically just asking kids to share their creative ways that they can solve this problem in hopes that it can inspire us to improve the lives of our sea lions.
So cool. So this year's focus was the sea lions. So girls, can you tell us about your project?
Okay. So,
You got it.
well, today we're going to tell you about our project, Submerging with the Sea Lions by Hazel, Elin, and Hannah.
Okay, Elin, give us what you did.
We've found some of the problems about what the zookeepers need. One of them is the zookeepers need to have a one-way window looking into the pool so they can see the sea lions, but they're not distracted.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Hannah, what else did you find?
In our planning, we decided that the people needed a place to eat lunch outside by the animals, so we added a park with a pavilion and picnic tables. And then we thought the people would enjoy a room with TVs that explain the California sea lions. That's our video room right here.
An excellent idea.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Hazel, how did the three of you work together on this?
Well, we each wrote a certain section on our trifold board, and then we presented them, and then we all worked together for our model right here, and then we all worked together to make our trifold board.
Okay, and then Elin, what was the most fun part for you?
I really liked designing the exhibit and working with both of them.
Because I think when you do Zooms, you get to go visit the sea lions. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I bet that was pretty
Hannah,
cool
what
too.
was your favorite part?
My favorite part was working with my partners and learning about the sea lions.
Yeah. Right.
Very cool.
Christy, you have a lot of schools that take part in this. I mean, I can see why it would benefit. I mean, you actually probably get some really good ideas here. But talk to us about this program and what it means for the zoo.
Yeah, so I mean, this is our 12th year, and it's a record-breaking year. We have 85 schools, like 5,200 kids who are all solving this challenge. And basically what we want for kids to see is what it takes to work at a zoo and to work with animals, that you need these skills to be able to do that. And we have to get really creative, especially with just unique animals like our sea lions. So in hopes that maybe in a future career, they might want to help save wildlife and help care for wildlife.
You got
There
it.
we go. Well,
Alrighty.
very impressive work.
And next time you go see the sea lions, think about these three here. Thank you all so much for coming in today, and thank you, Christy.
Thank you.
The Hewing Hotel in the North Loop is debuting an extensive property-wide refresh, and that includes the popular restaurant Tullibee.
We've got Tony Joe with us, bar and lounge mixologist at Tullibee with us today, and thank you for being here, Tony.
Thanks for having me back. I feel like I have a permanent spot here now.
I like it. So you all just went through a little bit of a refresh.
Yes.
We were closed for a while. We're back open. That's exciting. Tell us about it.
It's very exciting. So the little refresh, we're trying to focus on lakes in the woods and a lot of international flavors. So that's why we kind of mix them with some of these drinks I'll be performing here, like making for y'all today.
Okay, why don't we get right into it then?
Yeah.
All right, so the first one's called Sea So Fine.
Sea So Fine.
Yeah, so Sea So Fine is actually kind of a mix of like lemongrass, charred ginger, a little of ginger liqueur. So it's actually kind of a martini base, earthy and just a little bit a little strong alcohol drink here.
Hence the lake in the woods.
Yeah. So the inspiration of this is actually to just have something a little more nice for everyone to have, a little refreshing. And this is why I did this one specifically, just for the beautifulness that comes in with this.
Ooh, that is pretty.
So the most important, beautiful part of this is actually the CISO mint and lime drops right here. So you just put little dabs here, and look at that. You get like little 4 stars right there. So it's kind of very nice, kind of a little mouth refresher on that.
Is this kind of more of like a spring summery type drink? Is that kind of what we're going for?
Absolutely. So it is more of a spring summery drink. So we want to have something that kind of, hey, we're getting close. I know Thursday's not looking looking that hot. But it's okay. Don't worry. We'll be all right with that.
Right. Okay. Now, what is this one?
So this one's called a La Abuelita. This is actually kind of a take on a daisy. So this is made with chili crisp infused tequila.
What's a daisy? Is that like a margarita?
Margarita, yeah. So we're gonna go for a margarita.
Is this salt?
Yeah, it's a salted rim that we'll put it on, and then we use a little bit of clarified lime juice, and then it's made with mandarin liqueur, passion fruit, just really nice flavors with that, kind of balance it out, all those spices of the chili crisp on those.
Does that one have a little bit of a kick to it then?
This one has a great kick.
Okay,
so it's sweet.
More of a spicy marg then. Yeah.
She's sweet and spicy, anything you want.
All right, I like it.
So, I really definitely enjoy this. This those international flavors that we talked about with Tulabi and the bar as well. We kind of play off each other, and this is what I really enjoyed about this cocktail specifically, because it's delightful and it's very pretty, just like the first one.
It's a great color.
Great color, but we're not even done yet. We have it comes with a little bit of boba on there, with passion on there. So
a little spoon.
Oh my gosh, Tony, I love that.
That's so cute.
And this is your NA.
Yes.
Okay.
So
What's that one called?
Coco Royale.
Coco Royale.
So Coco
What was
Royale is going to be made with toasted pineapple shrub and a little pineapple lime juice.
I love the garnish.
Very, very nice. Our friends from Share Shrub helped me make that pineapple shrub, so it's really nice and made with mint and black tea. Trying to make something fun for a mocktail.
Fantastic. So new drinks, also a new menu.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic.